I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into the riveting world of historical espionage with Nicholas Snell. He is the amazing author of multiple books, including Father of His People and H2's Home Sweet Home. These gripping World War II novels blend real history with thrilling adventure, uncovering secrets about Stalin that could change everything. Stay tuned as we explore the stories behind the stories with insights you won't want to miss. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his remarkable books. The links are below this interview. Nicholas, great to see you here today on Spotlight. It's good to have you on the show. You're known for your work in economics, but you've written historical novels. Tell us what made you decide to focus on this area.
Thank you for that, Logan. So actually, I started reading about the history of World War II, even when I was a student at the university, so it was a long time ago, although, as you said, I'm an economics professor. But I find the history of the Second World War really fascinating. And I believe many people find it like that because I see that there is still, after so many years, a lot of interest about this area. For example, the film Oppenheimer last year and many others. Well, the idea is that there are a lot of stories of espionage based on true facts. And the funny thing is that I haven't seen any author writing about that, although the material is there. So I thought that it might be a good idea to start working on that. The first book was actually what you mentioned, Home Sweet Home, and the second one, which is coming now out, is The Father of His People. Both of them are based on true facts. H2S, Home Sweet Home, actually was what the British crew members of night bombers called Disapparatus, which was the first radar which could follow the Earth. So seeing, for example, if down there was water, a river, a city, a plane, and so on. So they helped them to find the target and go back. And that's why they called it Home Sweet Home, finding the way back home. And actually, the story is that one of these bombers is shot down by a German night fighter. And the British MI6, which is the Secret Intelligence Service, fear that the Germans will really find out how the system works, which is a very secret system. And they sent the agent, Andrew Bonn, to occupy Germany to find the main character who was developing this apparatus, a British professor, bring him out of Stalag Luft 3, what was the concentration camp of British airmen in Germany, and to bring him back to England. And actually, from this Stalag Luft 3, there was a real escape of 72 prisoners digging a tunnel under the wire surrounding the camp. And some of them, actually only 3, but anyway, 3 of them managed to return to England. And well, the story goes on that the agent and the professor managed to escape, and then they go through Germany trying to reach Switzerland. They are followed by the Gestapo, the German military service, police. Well, this is the story. I won't say the end because people have to know a little bit, to keep a little bit in suspense. Absolutely. Shall I say a little bit more about the second also?
Sure, absolutely.
Yes. Well, the father of these people, I must say, is Stalin, the Russian dictator during in 1953. And actually, in 1938, if some people remember, there were these big purges trials in Moscow, where Stalin actually purged the party and condemned and executed many of his former colleagues. But this spread also over the whole of the. At the time, the Greek ambassador in Moscow was called Dimitri Nikolopoulos, and he was actually the brother of my grandmother. And probably he discovered a secret which should not go out of the Soviet Union because it was incriminating Stalin. And the secret might be, this is a conjecture, that Stalin was, before becoming the leader of the Soviet Union, was a secret agent of the Okhrana, who was the Tsarist military or secret police, and he was giving information against his colleagues, communist colleagues. And actually, this one was published after the fall of the Soviet Union in the newspaper Pravda. So this is probably a true story. But anyway, to go back, in 1938, my uncle, my great uncle, was assassinated in the embassy in Moscow, and he was also the embassy. And out of this, I made a story, and this is Home Sweet Home. What was the secret, and how the Soviets learned about that? And then the story is that a Greek Soviet citizen, because there were some Greek citizens living in the Caucasus, in today's Georgia, at the time it was one of the Soviet republics, learns about the secret, and he wants, in exchange of living with his family in the Soviet Union, going back to Greece, to give the secret. And this is the whole story. And then after that, again, it becomes a thriller, because the British MI6 Secret Intelligence Service sends the same agent to the Soviet Union in order to extricate the Greek family over the Caucasus, bring them to Iran, which is occupied during the Second World War now, which is occupied by the British, and taking with him the secret. And this actually might have happened, because in October 1944, which is again a fact, Churchill met Stalin, and he convinced Stalin, perhaps because he knew of this secret, that Greece should remain within the sphere of the Western powers and not become a Soviet, a communist, after the war, the communist country like Romania, Bulgaria, and so on, and Yugoslavia. So this is more or less the complex of the story. Of course, there are many details and so on.
Amazing. They sound like amazing books, rooted in reality, of course, which what makes them feel so real, so exciting. The main character in your books is Andrew Bond. He's quite a fascinating character. Tell us a little bit about him and why readers are drawn to him.
Of course, as you understand correctly, Logan, Andrew Bond has, of course, an imitation or an inspiration, you say, from James Bond, who is a well-known agent. So I thought, okay, the name is quite correct, quite well-known. So I said, okay, James Bond was also a member of the Secret Intelligence Service after the war. Well, Andrew Bond, my hero, is a member of the Secret Intelligence Service during the Second World War. And actually, in a future novel, we'll see that there is a family connection between the two bonds. But this I'll leave for the future.
Are you working on any new books right now?
Yes. Well, actually, my character is, well, a little bit like James Bond. He is a very young fellow at about 23 to 20 years. So I hope it will come out later. He's very intelligent, he's very well trained, and he can face always difficult situations and find solutions, because he always gets stuck up in difficult situations. And this is the thrill of the books, of course, as you understand.
Exactly. It's always good to have a great hero. Well, the books sound amazing, that's for sure. They are The Father of the People and H2's Home Sweet Home. They are both written by Nicholas Snow. They are gripping World War II novels that blend real history with thrilling adventure. The books uncover secrets about Stalin that could change everything. Today, we explored the stories behind the stories with insights that were absolutely irresistible. Nicholas, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much, Logan, also for your kind words. It was a pleasure meeting. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure meeting you as well, sir. Thank you for your time. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.